Hey guys, it's producer Michael. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how we record and edit and upload our podcast episodes using GarageBand. So, GarageBand is an app that's built into all Apple computers. It's super simple to use, at least the podcast side of it. I'm not making any music using any instruments or anything like that, but the audio recording, cutting, and editing and uploading is really simple. So I have up right now the Wonder Jam Cast episode template. So this is just a typical Wonder Jam Cast podcast episode. It starts off with some music that fades into some episode content, and then it'll eventually fade out with some more music. So you can see that I have two tracks right here, the music and the like the podcast episode recording. So I record this directly into GarageBand, and then I add in our music and whatever sound effects I want. So to record, you just have to have your microphone plugged in to directly to your laptop or to a soundboard, whatever kind of setup you have. For us, we have microphones that go into a soundboard, and then the soundboard goes into my computer. So whatever the case may be, you just have to have your audio feeding into your computer. Once you have that, you'll just want to hit record. And backing up a step, to make sure that your audio is feeding into your GarageBand, you'll want to go down here to your recording settings and see the input. And so this mini studio is our mini soundboard. So I have that selected. And that will make sure that that is the audio that's going in. Oftentimes, when we record the podcast, I'll have my headphones plugged into my computer as well as the soundboard, and you want to make sure that the soundboard is the one that's feeding into GarageBand, not the microphone on your headphones. Otherwise, your audio will sound really awful. Um, However, if you do want to have your headphones plugged in while you record, which I recommend, just to make sure there's no weird audio peaks or room noise that shows up on the recording, what you want to do is click this monitoring button, and once it's orange, you'll be able to hear yourself or whatever is plugged into the computer through your headphones. So you just want to make sure that the orange monitoring button is on while you record. And to record, all you have to do is click the little red recording button, and you'll see it start feeding across. So these sound waves are me talking. It'll go on for as long as you leave it recording. It's pretty simple, and whenever you guys are done recording, or if you want to take a break, whatever you want to do, all you have to do is hit the stop recording and then the pause. The play button kind of just has you moving across time. So right now it's moving across time, but it's not recording. To go back and edit, all you have to do is kind of drag this to where you want to cut. So let's say I said something stupid at the end of my recording and I want to cut that off. All you have to do is drag this little bar to the part of the audio recording that you want to cut. So you'll right click and then you'll just hit split at playhead. So this here is the playhead. I want to split here and cut off the rest of the recording. So I just hit split, and you'll see how it gave me two separate sections. So this is where I said something super smart, and this is where I had said something redundant or something that had a bunch of whatever the case may be. Delete, it's gone. So once you have your episode cut together, you can add in your music. All you have to do is go and click on this media button. It's called Media Browser. And it'll pop up with this window, and anything that's in your iTunes you'll be able to add in. So I know that our music is called Funky Style. So all you have to do is drag this MP3 onto your GarageBand window. It'll load for a second, and then it'll pop in here. So this is our music. I only want it at the beginning of the episode, so I'll cut it. There we go. It's just at the beginning of my content. And if I want it to fade, what I'll do is adjust the volume. So I'll make a little point here, a little point here, and a little point here. So if you drag it up, visually, sound goes up and the sound goes down. So the music will fade in and the music will fade out as your episode starts. Pretty simple. And now we can export the entire thing to iTunes. So to export my GarageBand file, I want to hit share and then song to iTunes. That's what's so great about using GarageBand. It's an Apple application, so it's already synced with iTunes and everything like that. So we're going to hit song to iTunes. We're going to name it whatever we want. How about the Winter Jam cast test episode, something like that, and hit share. It's going to go through and kind of load, export, do what it needs to do. Eventually, it'll pop up in your iTunes as whatever you labeled it as, and from there, you can convert it into an AAC, which I show in my next tutorial. And once it's converted from AAC, then you can upload it directly to Libsyn or whatever podcast sharing platform you're using. Pretty simple, can kind of sound intimidating, but once you get into it, it's totally easy, something that anybody can do. All right, that's all I have.